I started this YouTube channel because I wanted to document my journey to become a profitable prop trader starting from zero. And I want to keep this journey realistic, and I want to keep my goal realistic. So you're not going to hear about Lambo. This channel is not going to be hype. It's going to be realistic, pragmatic for people who are down to earth. So as a target for my journey to declare myself successful, I put 3,000 US dollar per month. In other words, once I am able to achieve 3,000 US dollars per month consistently, the goal is reached. So I go on Velotrade platform, check the calculator, and I try to understand what it takes to achieve 3,000 US dollars per month. So I select the 50K challenge, 80% profit split with a 3% expected monthly profit, and I can see that this is not enough. This is going to give me only $1,200 per month. So I need to change to a 5%. Here I'm going to get closer to my target with 2,000 US dollars a month. This might actually be interesting. Now let's go on the challenge of 100K, and here I can see that I'm getting closer to my target. With a 3% expected monthly profit, I would get 2,400 a month. With a 5%, I would get 4,000 per month. So in order to achieve my 3,000 USD per month goal, I need to access the funded account of 100K and keep my expected monthly profit between 3% and 5%. All right, at least now I have a map, I have a framework, I have some metrics showing me how I should move. Now, the next step would be to understand what the best strategies to make between 3 and 5% a month are. According to my AI assistant on Notion, the goal of achieving a 3 to 5% monthly return is achievable if you keep simple rule-based strategies and a tight risk management. So let's go and have a look what these simple rules and strategies could be. The first rule in crypto prop trading is to focus only on highly traded, very liquid type of cryptocurrency. For example, I'm using the prop trading firm Velotrade. It's a crypto native that provides DX trade, as you can see from my platform. And you can notice that I only have 3 setups open at this point: Ethereum and Bitcoin, which are the 2 majors. And I have a third one, which is Solana. So the idea here is to focus only on major cryptocurrency, from 1 to 3, the most traded ones, and avoid at all altcoins which are not liquid or too volatile, and they don't fit well in a prop trading environment. Secondly, you need to set up your position following precise rules. Here, the good practice is to follow the general trend on the 4-hour chart. And here on the Bitcoin chart, you can see that there is a very clear upwards trend corridor. And then if you want to focus on the right entry point, like here, for example, there is a nice entry opportunity, you might want to go on the 1 hour and check more closely if the conditions offered are suitable for an entry. And to have an even clearer idea, you can even go on the 15 minutes chart and see the dynamics happening on a close-up view. Here, for example, before entering, I might want to wait a little bit for the price to go down, maybe test this support and have a pullback and maybe go back again. This is just an example of how you can use the 15 minutes chart to assess the right entry point on an overall upwards trend corridor. So we focus only on major cryptocurrencies. We use the higher time frame to assess the overall trend, the lower time frame to evaluate the right entry point, and then we make sure we only trade very clear and simple setups, like for example support resistance dynamics, upward trend corridors, and so on. After that, the next step should be to focus on our risk management strategy. So if you look at my journal, in the last month, it's about a month from March 27 to April 23rd, I have executed just over 10 to 12 trades, I think, and you can see that I've always kept the same type of risk management. Basically, I risk 1R and I try to go for 2R, 1 to 2 risk ratio. And you can see that when there is a full win, I pocket $200, just about that, if you consider commissions. And when there is a loss, minus 1R, it's always around $100. a partial win here, it's 100, and then other losses for an amount of money, which again is just around $100, some a little bit more because of the commissions according to the size of the trade. But the important part here is the consistency of the risk that I take, which is always less than 1% or just around 1% for a reward of 2 point. So 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. Now I want you to focus on a couple of more things in my journal. The first one is here regarding the dates. Basically, I never trade multiple times on the same day or in very rare cases. That's because in prop trading you want to avoid to lose too much to hit the daily drawdown and basically get kicked out from your account. The second thing is the asset traded. As I said before, I'm normally only focusing on very large, major type of cryptocurrencies, mostly Bitcoin and Ethereum. What I have described so far, it's a very simple and steady strategy, a set of rules that anybody can follow to achieve a return of 1 to 2% in your crypto prop trading account. Now, if you want to move from 1 to 2% to 3.5, as we said at the beginning, because we need that type of return to achieve our goal of $3,000 a month, you just need to repeat the same rules in multiple accounts. For example, you can run 2 to 3 accounts at the same time, following the same rules, and you will be able to have an aggregate result which goes from 3 to 5%. All right, let's wrap up this video reviewing the rules that we have learned throughout this video to achieve your 3 to 5% return in your crypto prop trading account. I started this video with one goal in mind, a monthly target of $3,000 per month. It's a realistic goal. In this channel, no hypo, no Lambo, we stay realistic. 3,000 per month coming from my prop trading activities, a nice side income. I understood that there are some conditions that I need to respect. I need to trade in a 1K funded account or bigger. Whatever is smaller than that is not going to be enough to allow me to achieve this goal. And I need to achieve a 3 to 5% in return per month consistently. Okay, according to this goal and these conditions, here I have some rules. To achieve this average daily target of roughly $100 to $200 per day, I need to trade at least 3 symbols. I choose the major ones because they are the more liquid and the less volatile. And I need to use clean trends for my setup. Higher time frame, the 4-hour, to understand the overall trend of my asset, and the lower time frame to understand the right entry point. So I'm going to stick with the 15 minutes to 1 hour for that. As for my risk management, I'm going to risk only around 1% per trade, targeting a risk-return ratio of 1 to 2, letting the winners run and cutting the loser early. So this is a conservative system that I can run across 2 to 3 crypto accounts. So I can repeat this system across multiple accounts. Each account I only targets 1 to 2% per month without over leveraging, and the aggregate result is going to be my 3 to 2.5% return that I have here in my preconditions. If you are a prop trader or if you are a trader interested in digging into the prop trading space, or if you are a crypto trader interested in having a funded account, I am currently selecting a number of traders to test a new crypto-native prop trading platform. So if you have a social media presence, if you have a channel, if you have a website or a network, just send me a message. I would be more than happy to give you a free challenge to test the platform and start to collaborate together. I'm going to put the email in the description of this video, and I look forward to hearing from you.